Hello, good morning. Welcome to the program. It's the Viktor Wilt Show. Happy Monday. All right. Now that the weather is nice, getting to be a good time of year to maybe take a vacation, a road trip. Now, if you're thinking of taking your kids to Disneyland, just want to let you know, it's expensive. And, you know, the lines are really long. Was reading a story here about a dad who, he's gone viral for his posts about the cost of Walt Disney World in Florida. Took his wife and 3 kids, and looks like it cost him about $1,400. I'm guessing that's for one night of hotel and 5 single-day tickets. And that's with the Florida Man discount. Yeah. So, I guess he's very upset over the fact it was crazy expensive and they didn't get to go on a lot of rides. Yeah, you really got to plot out your trip to Disneyland. It's kind of an endurance test, and if you want to get the fast passes and things like that, I mean, you need a plan. You need a plan to make this happen, and trying to work out the fast passes, I think it does take away from the day because you're having to schedule things out, this and that. Disneyland, as an adult, is not the most fun place on the planet. But you gotta remember, for your kids, it is magical, all right? For them, that's like going to, well, I don't know. I don't know what comparison for adults there would be to being a kid and going to Disneyland, so, or Disney World. They were at Disney World, excuse me. But yeah, just be aware, it's gonna cost you way too much money, all right? You're going to get into that park. There's going to be 1 billion people walking around with, you know, newborn babies in strollers. And you're going, you really paid a couple $100 to get that kid in here and it can't do anything. You're taking up space. You're in the line. Your kids are screaming. It's hot outside. But you got to put all that aside and think about the little ones, okay? Even though I've got slightly nightmarish memories from taking my kids to Disneyland, it was also fun at times, all right? But yeah, you're gonna pay. You're gonna pay dearly. Can I ask a favor as we kick off the week? Please don't panic buy toilet paper. I think we all had enough of that a few years ago. Yeah, the world's largest exporter of toilet paper pulp sends update on shortages. Great. Yeah, looking like TP might get a little bit harder to find. I didn't even want to talk about this because I didn't want to be the person, or at least any part of leading to toilet paper shortages. Because it's like we've had instances around here where, oh, you've got to boil your water. We've got a boil order in effect. And then all of a sudden, there's no water at the grocery store. Listen, just buy what you need to get by. Please don't be filling up your shopping cart with TP. I mean, they're not even saying when the shortage could happen. But it's not looking good based on this article I'm reading here. So we need to all work together to be reasonable with our toilet paper, or just buy yourself a bidet. That's right. You know, hit up your favorite department store and get yourself a bidet. Then you can really cut down on the TP usage, all right? Oh, so annoying. Thankfully, so far, things looking pretty normal at the grocery store. You know, prices up, blah, blah, blah. Same thing we've been dealing with for years, but them shelves start looking empty on top of the price, you know, being through the roof. Oh, it'd be so annoying. So, again, let's all work together on this one. Don't hoard TP, okay? Almost said something real gross. Well, how'd your weekend go? Hope it was good. Hope you didn't have any issues with your neighbors. Anything like that. Was reading about a guy in Nebraska charged with 2 felonies after being accused of attacking his neighbor and her 7-year-old daughter with a lightsaber. Now, that sounds pretty brutal, but far as I know, anybody who's got a lightsaber, it's just a stick with lights in it, okay? It's not a flaming sword, so I think they're going to be okay. But what happened is apparently they live in some type of an apartment complex or a duplex or something like that, and their rent was going to be raised because of increased utility costs. This guy, he blamed the family for the rent increase due to them keeping the thermostat turned up too high. What, you cold during winter? What? Gets the lightsaber out and just attacks them. So, was Peaches the neighbor? I don't know how long you've been listening to K-Bear and me and Peaches shows, but Peaches, if you didn't know, during the winter months, I mean, this guy, he is like, you know, the oldest man in a young person's body. Keep the temperature down. You know, he's like your parents when you were a kid. And he just wanted it a little bit warmer or maybe a little bit of AC. No, it costs money. Meh. You don't want to see Peaches bust out the lightsaber. No way. And this article points out that this guy had previously chased a neighbor down the street with an axe. How many times you heard Peaches say, I've got an axe in my house? I think this was Peaches. Maybe they just, went ahead and had a little bit of a typo action here, and it shouldn't be Auburn, Nebraska. Anyway, if you see a 25-year-old man, I know Peaches is older than that. This guy is 25. 25-year-old man outside ranting and raving with a lightsaber. You got to get out of there. You're going to have a bad time. Even if it is just a stick with lights in it, it probably doesn't feel good upside the dome. So, beware the neighbors, folks. Headed to Greece today to kick off Freak News, where a woman thought it would be fun to take a picture of her husband's coffee cup. I guess it had some coffee grounds in the bottom, and ask ChatGPT to go ahead and read the tea leaves, basically. Yeah. I don't know if you've ever heard of this practice, but, it's old school fortune telling. So she has ChatGPT read the guy's cup, and according to ChatGPT, his cup revealed a mysterious woman with the letter E that he was supposedly fantasizing about and with whom he was destined to begin a relationship. So she got a little bit worried. Then she took a picture of her cup, had ChatGPT analyze the coffee grounds, and then ChatGPT told her he was already cheating and the other woman wanted to destroy their home. So what a normal human being would do would go, that was funny, and move along. Not this woman. Yeah. Immediately was like, sorry, you need to leave. We're getting divorced. And the guy thought she was joking until the divorce papers showed up 3 days later. I feel bad for this guy, but I'd say you probably, skirted a potentially crazier situation. I mean, if she's going to buy into that, who knows what else? Who knows what other kind of crazy down the road she's going to buy into? Probably don't need that in your life. So I'm not much into fortune telling myself, okay? That's just me. All right, what else do we have here? A back alley beautician injected mystery mail order filler into clients without a medical license. Well, yeah, okay. If you've got a Florida woman who's known as the back alley beautician, don't go, all right? If you were going to have a doctor inject things into you, make sure they're a real doctor, all right? Holy cow. I mean, who knows what she was just shooting into these people's faces, all right? You don't want to have your face cave in after, Botox gone bad with the back alley beautician in Florida. Or just end up dead, right? We've had those stories before. This isn't the first back alley beautician we've heard about on this show. Yeah, you might die. Not worth it to, remove a few wrinkles. A lot more wrinkles Okay, anyway. Don't need to get grody here. Let's see. Anything else for freaking news? A naked man bit a dog, and it wasn't even in Florida. It was in Kansas. Yeah. I guess 3 p.m., Casey's General Store. Guy was refusing to leave the bathroom and had brought a dog inside with him. Cops show up. They, get the door open, find him naked in there. Then he starts fighting with them. They tased him a couple times. He kept going. Then he bit his own dog. Yeah. Wasn't even a police dog. This guy bit his own dog. What a piece of crap this guy is. I mean, come on. Shouldn't bite anyone's dog. It's just not nice. But your own? That's, I just, can't fathom that one. Treat your pets good, people. Poor dog. All right. Freak News weekday mornings. About 7:50-ish right here on K-Bear. What up, my people? It's the Viktor Wilt Show. Thanks for being here. All right, let's talk about some fun stuff going on this week. Do you like free concert tickets? Heck yes, you do. Well, we're hooking up tickets to a couple shows this week. First, Seether, POD, and Nonpoint. That show's coming up super quick, going down Sunday at the Mountain America Center. So we're giving away tickets to that show. If you haven't picked any up yet and you don't win, you should buy them because it's going to be a Sunday night party, and I'm very excited about it. Look forward to seeing you there. So giving away those tickets, we'll just be doing on-air giveaways. Be like, hey, call, blah, blah, blah. You call and win. Then we're also doing the exact same thing with tickets to the just-announced Mudvayne, Static X, and Vended show, which is going to be hitting up the Port of Health Trust Amphitheater in Pokey October 3rd. Now, it means you got a little bit of time to plan and buy tickets, but if you want to get the best seats, you should buy them now. And I guess try to win them because, there's no better price than free. But just want to let you know, if you want to guarantee your way into any of these shows, just buy your tickets. But might as well try to get some freebies all week for 2 amazing shows, both presented by K-Bear. Again, this Sunday, really hope to see you there for Seether, POD, and Nonpoint. It is going to be a blast. So good luck. All right, listen, everybody. I just read an article that said 50% of Tesla drivers have reported their vehicle being damaged intentionally. Don't break people's stuff, okay? Yes, I think Elon Musk has done a lot to annoy people in the last few months, but it's not like you're damaging his personal vehicle, okay? You're just messing up people's stuff. So just try to not do that, okay? There was another guy who he made some posts on social, had brought his Cybertruck to a baseball game, his kid's baseball game, and all the kids thought it was really cool. But then I guess something happened where he had to have the vehicle towed, and he felt terrible because they all laughed at him. Don't just laugh at people who are getting their vehicle towed either, okay? No matter what type of vehicle it is. If you're having to get your vehicle towed, it's an aggravating day, okay? If you're dealing with vehicle issues, it can be very frustrating. So don't point and laugh, all right? Teach your kids it's not nice to point and laugh. I'm just trying to imagine, regardless of the vehicle brand, if my truck was getting towed and kids were pointing at me and laughing, I'd be thoroughly irritated. Probably nicer than this guy, though. Or no, this guy's probably nicer than me, is what I meant to say. He just posted about it on social. I might have pointed back and started saying insulting things. Nah, don't do that to kids either. It's not nice. Well, I'm here to help you find ways to keep good people in your life and keep the bad out. Let's check out some hobbies that are instant red flags from the internet here. And I'll pass my judgment on them, see if I agree that these are red flag hobbies. I mean, how bad could they really be? Like scrolling TikTok. Now, I wouldn't call that a hobby. I mean, that's a way to pass time. So if that is a person's only hobby, I suppose it could be a red flag, or it may depend what type of videos they're watching as well. You know, you might want to take a look at their feed. You know, same thing goes with all social media. All right? You take a look at what they're liking on Facebook. You know, go to their page. What pages do they like? Oh, geez. All right. No good. Cast them out. All right. Let's see what else we got here. If you're a Reddit moderator. I mean, I don't want to talk down on mods. Websites need mods to keep people, you know, behaving in a somewhat reasonable fashion. Now, we've kind of got auto mod stuff set up on our pages. Certain phrases will be flagged, blah, blah, blah. You can automate a lot of it today, but I don't know. I guess if that's someone's whole life, might be a little bit of a red flag. Hey, do you want to go to a movie? No, I need to moderate. All right, I'm out of here. Let's see. Making AI girlfriends and arguing with them. Is that really a thing? I've mentioned before, I'm nice to ChatGPT. You know, when I need it to, I don't know, pour through a transcript and give me some notes, I always say please. Why? Because I'm hoping that the AI overlords will remember who is nice when they take over the planet. So, always with a please and occasionally even a thank you. But I'd say if you make AI girlfriends and argue with them, you're a weirdo, all right? Or AI boyfriends and argue with them. If you want to argue with people, you can argue with real people any day. Just get on Facebook. Countless opportunities to start arguments. Yeah, you don't need to make a fake person. Yell at some real people. I don't think that's really good, but just saying. Just saying. All right, scratch tickets. Now, that shouldn't be a hobby either, okay? Please gamble responsibly, people. You can blow so much money gambling, and the house always wins. Just go watch a video about the monthly income of casinos in Vegas, okay? If they weren't making billions of dollars, they wouldn't be open, okay? The house always wins. Tennis players, if their hobby is tennis, don't date them. That's what the internet says here. Huh. What's wrong with tennis players? I don't know. I don't know any. So, what if it's pickleball? I guess it depends on the age. All right, watching alpha male YouTubers. Yeah, I've talked about that before. That is a red flag. Dudes, if alpha male YouTubers and influencers are who you go to for relationship advice and things like that, you will never get a girlfriend. You're just going to be, old and lonely and realize that down the road, oh, nobody likes me. It's amazing how popular some of these alpha male dudes are. Like, geez. I'm telling you guys, you young guys, those guys are not manly. They're sad. They're just sad, angry dudes who are not ever going to get a girlfriend. All right, what else do we have here? Making animals fight each other. Major red flag. That's kind of psychotic. All right, if they're an influencer. Now, wait, I'm like, sort of an influencer. It's not my hobby, it's my job. All right, so it's not a red flag. I'm pretty cool. I'm all right. I swear. All right, let's see here. Some of these I'm just not going to get into here. Collecting Disney memorabilia. Yeah, that could be a red flag. Disney adults are weird. No offense to our Disney adults listening, but you're weird. All right, I'm weird too. It's fine. I collect horror novels. That's probably a red flag. It's like, are you really into true crime? Do you swoon over serial killers? All right, I like true crime too, but I'm not swooning. All right, no swooning. All right, I'll be back in a minute. was just reading that the library in Idaho Falls now has a drive-thru. All right, that's cool. You know, we're all busy. Downtown can sometimes be hard to find a parking spot. So, sure. Library drive-thru, which has officially launched today. So, yeah, what you do, I guess, is you can log into your account and select drive-thru pickup under pickup options, or call the library to place a hold on an item, or call them and be like, hey, could I get same-day pickup of some books? So, looks like they generally have your stuff ready 2 business days after the request. You'll have to show a driver's license, so they can make sure it's actually you. I would assume you also have to show it if you're going to check out an awesome Stephen King book or something like that. Make sure you're of age for that naughty material. So silly. So ludicrous. I've railed about it enough. I don't need to talk about book banning and that insanity. Just make sure to bring an ID anytime you go to the library, but it's good to see. Good to see. Anything that'll get more books into more people's hands. Drive-thru service now open at the Idaho Falls Library. If you want to get more info, you can go to their website, IFPL, Idaho Falls Public Library, ifpl.org. All right, got a question from somebody online asking, am I a jerk for not letting my boyfriend come on vacation with me because he's a picky eater? All right, how picky? Let's find out. All right, the person says, my boyfriend has a ton of food restrictions and is picky in general. Okay, food restrictions. If somebody has allergies and could have a severe reaction to a type of food, I would say you're a jerk if you're like, you can't come with me. Sorry for your existence. Why don't you man up and be able to eat? I mean, that would be ridiculous. I don't think this guy has food restrictions. I think this guy is a picky eater. Because right after that sentence, she says he basically can only eat chicken fingers, grilled cheese, mac and cheese, and pad thai. I've never seen him eat a vegetable. We just started dating a few months ago, and I love him, but I eat everything and I'm very laid back. I know I'll have to plan my entire day around finding food he can eat, on top of listening to him complain about things not being the same. Even if a restaurant does have chicken fingers or mac and cheese, it won't be the same as what we get at home, and I just don't want to hear about it while I'm on vacation. All right, listen, if you're a grown man and you only eat chicken fingers, grilled cheese, mac and cheese, and pad thai, you are going to have a tough time keeping a girlfriend, okay? You've got to expand that palate a little bit. I mean, I feel like I should eat more vegetables. I'm always pushing myself, do better at that. More veggies, less cheeseburgers. But yeah, I mean, wouldn't that get old? Only eating chicken fingers all the time? That would be so annoying. I don't think she should worry about vacation. And I hate to encourage people to break up, but I mean, unless you're like the perfect match and only into chicken fingers, I think she should dump him. That's what I think. Let's see what people are saying. All right, told myself never again with the picky eaters after dating a chicken finger man. So chicken finger man is a thing. We've had these stats pop up before that, a large percentage of people claim they've never eaten vegetables. I think at this point I'm believing that. If there are multiple dudes out there that all I eat's chicken fingers. Wow. What a boring nightmare. You got to mix it up a little bit. How old is this guy? 5? I mean, if you got a kid that's like, I only eat chicken fingers. All right, they're a kid. This is an adult. I can only eat. Oh, yeah, show me a note from your doctor. She used the phrase food restrictions. No, this guy needs to man up and eat some veggies. All right? Take him to the salad bar. If he cries, kick him to the curb. Yeah, I just saw on Facebook a meme of sorts talking about how Facebook will throw people you might know at you that you just walked by in Walmart. That happens to me, I think, pretty often, because I'll see people pop up in the people you might know, and I'm like, well, I've seen that person. Do I know them? I'm very forgetful, so it's like, oh, did I like go to school with them or something like that? And so I'll send random friend requests to people who've probably no clue who I am. Or if I did go to school with them, they ain't gonna recognize the name. And I had hair back then. And I think I was a lot skinnier. I did not think, I know. But yeah, I don't know. Just want to let you know, if I pop up, excuse me, on your people you might know, you can feel free to add me. I add like everybody on social. Long as you don't act like a turd, you know? Don't be rude. Don't be annoying. But yeah, you can feel free to send me a friend request. All right. What else was going on here? What else was I looking at? Oh, there was a cat that got a gold tooth. $5,000. Yeah. Some people got too much money. My cat breaks the tooth. Whatever the bargain tooth is, that's what they're going to get. Gold tooth. I don't know. It did turn the cat into an internet sensation, according to this article. So you might be able to make the money back. Let's see. Yeah, it's had over 10 million views. I don't know how much you get paid because I've never made money for internet content. But it's got to be a decent amount toward the $5,000 vet bill for a gold tooth. Yeah, if you have $5,000 sitting around, you can feel free to, donate it elsewhere. If you need my Venmo, it's easy to figure out. Or, I guess, gold tooth for your cat. $5,000, though, seems kind of steep. I mean, this is a cat-sized tooth. Couldn't be worth 5 G's. Man, some people really hate the library. Well, this guy, he put a decent amount of effort into showing his library hate. 2 different occasions showed up at the, let's see here, Cuyahoga County Public Library in Beechwood, Ohio. First time he showed up, he got a library card, and then he checked out a bunch of books, about 50 of them. Sometimes the library doesn't have a rule about how many you can check out at once. But then he came back and he checked out 50 more. Now, these were all on topics that, for whatever reason, have become controversial in recent years. There are some people out there who just want to put their head in the sand when it comes to history. All right? So he takes these 100 books and then puts them in a big pile out in front of his house and lights them on fire. And then posted the video to social media, talking about how he's cleaning out the library. Well, he's going to owe about $1,700 in books. And it's funny because the library's like, well, they're not overdue yet, so we'll wait until they're overdue, then we'll send a bill. You saw the video of him burning them. That's how the cops found out. The library, somebody tagged him, was like, hey, check this guy out burning library books. So they reported it to the police. But police told him because a contract was entered when the books were borrowed, failure to return or pay for the books would become a civil matter. So, as far as I know, he didn't even get in any trouble with the law, which I don't think sends a good message. You gotta punish book burners, all right? Come on. What is it, 1950? We got people burning books again? What is happening in this world? Well, anyway. Just want to let you know, that's not going to get you anywhere aside from a big fat bill. And there are more than one copy of every book at the library. Hate to break it to people. Now they're going to get fresh new ones. Yeah. Big accomplishment, buddy. Thank you again for tuning in to the Viktor Wilt Show. This program is a production of Riverbend Media Group. To contact the show or for more information, hit us up at riverbendmediagroup.com.